What up, Tube? So what are we doing today? What up, Tube? We are in the office. This is long overdue. I have needed to make, or promised and hinted to make, a video on the side business for a while. It's dark outside. I got the light, so the lighting's a little off. I'm sorry. It's the lighting I use in here. It works for working on stuff, but we're gonna go over a quick overview, episode 1, on our side business. The side business, what we do after hours, is our sublimation print and vinyl decal stuff. So today I'm going to go over what we have to do what we do. So we're going to flip around here real quick. Bam. Alright, so number 1, you need a printer. Alright, now we've gone through a couple. This is the second one, so we've gone through 2 printers. The first printer was great. It's a great startup printer. It's the Epson 7710 and 7720. The difference, 7720 could do larger sheets. That's what we started. It has cartridges that you can buy refillable cartridges for. So cartridge slots for, and you can purchase refillable cartridges. So you can use sublimation ink in it. So basically, sublimation is printing on sublimation paper in full color, putting it onto a substrate, so a product, a blank, okay, and using heat to turn the ink into a gaseous substance, so it turns into gas basically, and then transfers it over to that particular substrate and embeds itself into it. So what can you sublimate on? I'm sure you've seen it. There's a bunch of videos on it. Garment wise, you want as much polyester in the garment as possible. 100% polyester is the way to go. Alright? So you can do multiple things with that. You can do ceramics, mugs, dog bowls, etc. Okay? That requires special treated substrates that accept and are for sublimation. So I can't just go to my local Dollar General and buy a mug and put an image on it. You cannot sublimate directly onto anything dark colored. And we'll go into more of that later on in another video. But let's go through the things you actually need to start up if this is what you want to experiment with. Now, the Epson 7710 and 7720 are great startup printers. You can find them for about $300, $200-$300, sometimes refurbished for less than that. It worked great for us, but refilling the cartridges, misreading cartridges with the system because they're not authentic Epson, so those are things we didn't want to deal with anymore. It really cuts into your production time. Okay, so if you have an order of, I don't know, we'll say I'm doing something for a team and I'm making 20 pairs of socks or 10 pairs of socks, and I got to stop halfway through because I'm running out of a certain color. And then I got to clean the heads to do that. That procedure, I just killed 45 minutes of my day and work time trying to finish when I could have just gone bam, 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 printed all the way through it. So I decided that to me, the best bang for buck printer is the Epson 16500, 16500, the ET16500. This is a refillable reservoir tank style printer. It comes empty, brand new. Here's a little bit of light. 4 major colors: black, blue, red, yellow. I know those aren't the official how it's called. It's black, cayenne, magenta, and yellow. You basically fill up the tanks through here on each individual one, and you go up to the level. And then you look at it, and as they get low, you fill it some more. There are no cartridges. I've had this for 3 months now. Excuse me. I've had no problems with this printer. On this printer, you can print 19 by 13 sublimation paper or any paper. You can also use 8.5 by 11, like this one. Those are the two primary sizes we use. I use 8.5 by 11 for mugs, for smaller items. When you're designing stuff, that's where you got to see where you can fit it in, right? That I use for full-on socks, t-shirts, so I can go up to 12 inches wide on an image, for shirts, etc. Good printer, converted to sublimation ink. This printer was super easy to do. I'll do another video on how to do that, to convert your Epsons over to sublimation ink. Yes, it will kill your warranty because they're not designed specifically for sublimation ink. You can buy a sublimation printer, which is the popular ones made by Sawgrass in the smaller sizes. The Sawgrass 400 goes up to, I believe, 11 by 14 paper, and then the Sawgrass 800 goes up to 19 by 13. The prices are much higher than this one. This printer we purchased weekend of Black Friday, or right before Black Friday, on a deal through Amazon, fully warranted for 2 years for $700. The Sawgrass 800 that would print the same amount of paper, or same type of paper, retails for about $1,400. So, once you convert to sublimation ink, that's all it can do. As you can see, sublimation ink prints a little dull, but we'll go over that when we go through the printer. Other thing you need, there's a bunch of stuff over there. Ignore the mess. Okay, you need a heat press. I recommend going with the best heat press you can afford, because buy it once and it'll last a long time. My recommendation is heatpressnation.com. That's where we purchased this one. It is a clamshell style heat press. Goes all the way down and locks in. Has a knob adjuster for height and tension. Once you turn it on, it'll give you your temperature. See, currently it's at 78 degrees. It's programmed to 400. You can click over. That sets your heat, so you can adjust your heat temp, max or minimum, or whatever you want to set it at. And that's your time, 55 seconds currently. So when you close it, it starts timing down. Okay, we've had this one for almost a year. Hasn't failed us, has worked great. It's 16 by 20. That allows us to do full-on socks, half socks, just about every type of front or back shirt. Not all over. We don't do all over shirts. That's a whole nother procedure. I'll go into that and why we don't do it later on. Okay. Towels. We do game towels. We do armbands, etc. A lot of things you can do with this. It's a good size. This one is about $400 on Heat Press Nation. When we purchased it, Amazon does have better deals on it. Not this one, but on similar units. I haven't heard any good things about longevity. Okay, there are more expensive ones that slide out, that don't clamshell but level from the top straight down. We might upgrade to that later on if we so think we need to. You see, I got a piece of butcher paper on here. This is unwaxed butcher paper. That is unwaxed butcher paper. It doesn't come with a holder, but butcher paper is not very expensive, and you are going to need it for the procedures that involve sublimation, either in here or when you're doing drinkware in the convection oven. Okay? What do I use for what our core items are? That guy handles most of our stuff. I have jigs for socks that go in there. We have heat wraps for mugs that go in a convection oven. I'll go to that in a second. A good pair of scissors. These are from Amazon. They're $17, I believe. These rock. Heat gloves. I purchased these from Dytrans, also called Condi, online. Google Condi, you'll find it. That's where we buy most of our stuff. Here's a couple of examples of what we do. Socks. The nice thing is, there's no texture to them. That's the beauty of sublimation. That was what you saw on the paper. We'll go into more detail with that. We do mugs. Full photograph of a hot rod on the mug in full color, just like the photograph. We also make aluminum plaques that way. These are compression armbands. This is for San Antonio Rugby Academy, where I coach. They're very popular with football. You can see here some of my holders, some of my test mugs I've done. Okay, what else do we need? These little heat pillows work great when you want to stand off something like our little makeup bags that we do and stuff. So those are little stuff. We got rulers, we got tape measure, we got X-Acto knives, basic craft things. The main tools are a heat press and a printer. Let's get over to the convection oven so you see what that looks like. Alright, there's our convection oven. There's my hand for reference. Alright, very simple. This was purchased at Walmart, I believe. I can't remember what store we bought it at. It's a Black & Decker. I'm able to fit 2 mugs in there comfortably. I can do up to 3, but I usually keep it at 2. I have the math in my head and written down for that. If I take the tray out, I can stand up one of our nice aluminum flasks that go in there. We'll get into how to do those things later in other episodes. Get yourself an external, or not external, but a thermostat that isn't connected to the oven. The dial here isn't exact. I have it set at approximately 425, which on this gauge, when hot, is right at 400. 400 is kind of the magic number you'll be working with a lot with sublimation, 400 degrees. Once you use this oven, you cannot use it for food anymore. It is a sublimation oven. It sits here on our kitchen counter because I haven't finished putting that other table in that we need because we used it for something else. We use a fan, not to clean, not from a cereal bowl, but to cool off our mugs. So get a nice little desk fan, that works. Again, excuse the mess. But that's pretty much it. Those are the basics. The table's gonna go there. We're gonna probably set the oven up there. It gives another workspace. I will do another video on where we order our supplies. We've done a lot of trial and error. At first we wanted to do everything because there's so many things you can do. But we sat down and like, hey, let's get good at certain things. And now we got to narrow down to a few things. You know, we set up our closet in this office to stock our stuff. Here's an aluminum plaque that we use. We've done awards on these, photographs, metallic and natural photographs. Very nice for weddings and such. We got a lot of different things we can do with sublimation. No, I'm not quitting my day job on this. But we love cars. And if you love cars, you know that it's not a cheap hobby. So, good tables to work on. So just tables from Home Depot. Plastic $40 tables. Some storage compartments to keep your paper and your supplies. A bucket for trash. Why not? It's got Texas on it. You gotta love that. A box for extra paper. We just fill it up and throw it out. A heat gun, which is not in here. You don't really need the heat gun for this. That's more for the vinyl. Ignore that. Sublimation paper, which we order from Amazon. A light, like you saw me use. Sometimes you just need a light. Okay? We're going to get into more details, and we're going to get more into the specifics on how things work with sublimation. But you get an idea how we have our office set up. Alright? I'm going to take you really quick to the computer so you can see what we do The idea is to have the most cost-effective way of doing it. Okay, so the two softwares we use, and I have never went to school for this. I've learned off friends, previous 101 knowledge from years ago, and YouTube University, baby. So GIMP.com allows you to download a Photoshop-esque picture editing software for JPEGs, PNGs, etc. You can layer up just like Photoshop, everything. This is a great software and it's free. There's a ton of videos on what you can do with this. We love this software, and you can't go wrong with this guy. Then we use Affinity Illustrator. This is not free, but it doesn't cost the monthly fee that you have to now pay at Adobe. Now, Adobe's great. Trust me, I love Adobe. But this works awesome. You can do nodes, you can do all that stuff, make signs, make custom, however you want to tweak things. This is also a great software for the final phase before you send to your printer. That's the printer behind me, not the guy that's doing your printing, unless you have that guy. I don't. This, at the time I downloaded it early 2019, was, I believe, $40 one time for the rest of my life. That includes every update they do and everything else. Again, another great software. It allows you to print in the sizes you need, at the resolution you need, at the everything you need into the printer for sublimation, and it's a one-time fee. So, I got a big screen. You don't need a huge one. It runs off my laptop. That's not a fancy laptop. It's a $500 laptop about 2 years ago at Best Buy. Okay. We have external drives where we back up. It's a 0.5 terabyte one, the black one there. That backs up all my stuff, so that way we can save stuff we know we're going to keep reusing. And we have a ton of files, that we've accumulated now over the first year doing this. All right, hope you all enjoyed it. It was a quick overview of what's in here and what we kind of use. I know it's vague. I know it's just touching on the surface, but we're going to get into a little more detail. I've been teasing about this in some of my other videos a while. You see me wear the socks. You see me show off some of the decals we've cut, etc. Hey, we do a market once a month. It does well for us. It gives us a little bit extra side money to continue this, because this is kind of a hobby for us. My wife and I, we love doing this. It's a lot of fun. We love interacting with our customers. We've picked up some nice customers, some good customers. Like I said, are we quitting our day jobs on it? Heck no, that's not the plan. The plan is to give us a little bit extra side hustle to where it's worth it, where it's paying for itself, and allow us to play with our other main hobbies a little bit more. We can do this from home. We can do this after work. And heck, we can do it with the fan on, with the air conditioning on, with the heater on. It's nice. All right, y'all. Again, don't be afraid to try something new, whether it's cars, whether it's learning a software, whether it's sublimation, whether it's collecting Hot Wheels, building Legos, cheering for the 49ers or going to the Super Bowl. Have fun with your hobbies. Pick up something new. Try it out. Enjoy. Have a great week, and God bless.